Hi, everybody. It is Friday. I'm Martinez-Bateman. I'm the CEO of New Coyote Consulting. We are an equity and communications consulting firm here in Portland, Oregon. If you're new to this channel or this series, every Monday, I talk about my intentions for the week, and then every Thursday I come in and I tell you how that went. This week is different because we had a holiday on Monday and an ice storm over the previous weekend, so I didn't record a Monday update on Monday. This is Friday, if you're just seeing this when it comes out, so I didn't record a Thursday update. I'm doing it today. On Tuesday, when I did my Monday update, Tuesday update, whatever, I said that my intentions for this week were to go slow and focus on what brings me joy. What the fuck, past me? Why do you do this shit to me? I did that. I did take it slow. I did try to focus on what brings me joy. And, this is like the 6th time I'm recording this update because the first 5 times, just started crying. It's been several hours now. I feel much better now. I kind of, ate some food, which I had skipped lunch. Which if you know me, you know that that's a thing that I, shouldn't do. I have a pretty strict eating schedule that I'm supposed to stick to. And when I get really stressed out or really freaked out, I will just skip meals. And so that's what I did today. And then when I went to record this Friday update to try and talk to you about what I really kind of discovered during this week of trying to take it slow and focus on what brings me joy, I just totally lost it. So I took it as a sign. I came inside, I changed into my pajamas, and I had some dinner and trying it again. But basically, I had been putting a lot of energy into worrying about honestly inconsequential shit about this business, because not only has it been really hard for me over the winter with not being able to see people. I'm an extremely social person. I've always been an extremely social person. Even as a kid, even though my grandparents were not social people, my grandparents who raised me, I was always in everything. If there was a free thing a kid could do, I was doing it. So, or discounted or anything like that. So coming from just always having a ton of things going on and always going a ton of places and being able to see a ton of people, and I had, my office was in this co-working space that was really highly trafficked, and it was in the middle of the city, and a bunch of my friends worked there, or they would be dropping in all the time, and then my husband worked upstairs from the co-working place, and we both really love everyone he was working with at the time. Then to go from that and I was in 4 different business associations, and I was always going to 3 networking things a week on average. And that was just how I lived my life. That's not an extra, that's not me being extra. That's just what I liked to do. And to go from that to nothing, maybe once a month we get to sit across a yard from one of our friends and chat, that is invaluable. Being able to social distance, eat lunch with someone is so, oh my God, so helpful. But it's just not the same as what really drives me, which is a lot of people all the time. And I did learn some things while I was, since we've been quarantining, which is like a lot of times I realize now that, and we'll hopefully be able to apply it in the future, that I want to be more intentional about the people that I surround myself with and the people that I spend time with, because I was spending a lot of time with people that I wasn't necessarily that interested in as people. But long story short, it's really been hard for me to not have people around me. It really, really, really hard. And not just like emotionally hard, although that's definitely part of it. It's been physically difficult. The thing that gives me energy, the thing that drives me, the thing that literally my whole life has been my focus is not available to me. And I was talking to my husband. He really loves food. He just loves to eat and he likes to cook and everything. And I was like, it would be like if you had to like eat through a tube or something, like you couldn't eat for a whole year. Like that's what it feels like to me, is that like I can't engage in the thing that sustains me. And I haven't been able to do it for a whole year or almost a whole year. And winter made that harder because there was way less, you can't go hang out outside really. And it's just, it feels way more isolating. And then that ice storm over the weekend was like the straw that broke the camel's back, because I couldn't even open my fucking door. Like, we had 2 weeks of like smoke hell back in the summer, and it was almost worse than the smoke hell situation because the outside looked so horrible during smoke hell, and I was so depressed and worried about everything that I didn't want to go outside. It was like you could just sort of like sink into how sad and bummed out you were. And that was like smoke hell. And then this ice storm was like, other than the level of bummed out that I've been this entire year, I'm not that bummed out, but I still can't even open the door. Like, or I can, but I can't go outside of it because I can't get traction on the ice. But it's just like being so isolated, and then having this super isolated weekend, and then having a week that I spent intentionally asking myself what was bringing me joy, really brought it home that I am deeply just filled with grief about how little interaction I get with people. And it is making it so that it's hard for me to do things because my energy levels are shit. I'm so tired all the time because I don't have people around me to like bump me up. And that's just a really big loss. And I was trying to minimize it by saying, oh, well, no, like, we made it through the ice storm unscathed, and look at all the people who lost property, and look at all the people who lost lives. I mean, look at the more global issue of COVID. Like, me not being able to see my friends is like a small price to pay. And it's like, yeah, relatively it is, but it's also still really, it has a big impact on me. And me trying to pretend that I'm completely unaffected by the loss of something that is central to my identity and my function wasn't doing anybody any favors. So, like I said, I had a big long cry about it. I'm feeling much better now. My husband and I have talked about some things that we could do to help with the situation. I think I'm actually going to take some money and put it into redoing our back patio, which is right now not a place you can hang out. We had some like damage to the patio, so it's not really a safe place to be. And I think normally I would consider that to be kind of frivolous, but I think that for me it's like going to be pretty important to be able to sit in the backyard and just like have people sit, 6 feet away. And put some heaters or something. So that's my Friday update. Everybody have a weekend. How did you do with your intentions? Put them down below. See you Monday.